I am Professor Carl. Today, we analyze the unique gaming phenomenon known as Grasshopper. Our focus is Grasshopper's cognitive architecture, specifically, the capability to anticipate play 20 moves in advance. Our subject is the disconnect tutorial. I will detail how Grasshopper neutralizes hostile entities. Indeed, this subject warrants immediate, rigorous study within a controlled laboratory environment. You may observe, he is employing an incredible level of self-preservation to preclude the initial strike. I have immediately logged this key observation. You observe Grasshopper's profound state of calm. It is imperative that you, too, maintain this tranquility. The subject is not acting rashly. He is merely pausing, patiently analyzing the events unfolding within the DBD environment. Furthermore, note the precision of his timing and his acute focus on the windows. I have logged these key details in my research notebook. I have determined that his exceptional environmental control stems directly from his notably high sensitivity. The subject currently operates at 4,000 DPI. However, new practitioners must initiate their training at approximately 2,000 DPI, gradually conditioning themselves to accommodate these higher sensitivity settings. Observe this peculiar communication during the loop phase. Grasshopper signaled the killer's imminent rival to Ace Visconti, who is operating in a solo queue. He achieved this by a distinct click of his flashlight, a message Ace instantly comprehended. This action is functionally analogous to a driver flashing their headlights to warn oncoming traffic of a radar trap ahead. This is truly an exceptionally strange social maneuver. I have logged this observation. Immediately upon game inception, he initiates generator repair. The underlying mechanism for this behavior is not a deficiency in self-confidence, but rather a palpable lack of faith in the solo queue cohort. The killer executes of all through a window. Grasshopper immediately blinds them with the flashlight. The specific objective of this maneuver is to instantaneously disconnect the killer. If successful, this action guarantees a significant elevation in the killer's blood pressure arousal level. At this precise moment, the killer's blood pressure has significantly escalated. I can empirically register this psychological shift. Concealment capabilities are exceptional. I am genuinely impressed by this performance. Was truly an extraordinary feint maneuver. Killer's tension has reached a critical level. This individual is poised to disconnect from the simulation at any moment. Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. This scenario is instantly recognizable. One might conclude we are observing the events of the Halloween cinematic feature. The key research question now becomes, How will Grasshopper execute a successful loop maneuver against Michael Myers? Our primary focus will be analyzing his performance against a killer entity that possesses auditory stealth capabilities. You are playing in the shack against Michael Myers. You shouldn't get too close to the windows. You can't know or predict where Michael Myers will emerge or come from. Looping in the shack against Michael is extremely dangerous. You need to see Michael with your eyes. If you play against him by feeling, you will definitely make a mistake. You don't have the resilience perk. Things will get even harder. The resilience perk will work incredibly well against Michael Myers. Realized he couldn't catch Grasshopper and went for other survivors. And he did something very smart. Did you see it? Grasshopper played by feeling and made a mistake. You must play very carefully against Michael. You can never know where he will come from. Guy was forced to tunnel. You should never get mad at killer players for tunneling. The number of pallets has increased so much recently that killer players are forced to tunnel. Grasshopper says, if this Michael tunneled me, then I am free to do the teabag motion. Must be especially wary of windows, as they are a major vulnerability against the Wraith. This is because he can easily block them, a tactic confirmed by the fact that approximately 90% of all Wraith players utilize the bamboozle perk to gain that advantage. An effective counterplay against the Wraith. Position yourself precisely in the doorway of the shack. This strategic placement compels him to initiate his uncloaking sequence, a mandatory action that incurs a significant time penalty for the killer. As soon as his visibility begins, utilize that brief window to execute an immediate vault through the adjacent window. This maximizes the distance gained from the killer's mandatory delay. Observe the sheer composure of Grasshopper. You must play without fear when facing the Wraith. His name says it all. He is merely the Wraith. He is certainly not the nurse, nor is he the Blight. He is, frankly, the killer that Dead by Daylight forgot to buff. Grasshopper typically relies heavily on the dead hard perk for his maneuvers. Notice that he never drops the pallet in this situation, specifically because he knows dead hard is available to secure his safety. At this juncture, dead hard is no longer available, compelling him to adapt his strategy immediately. He cannot afford to take any risks, meaning he must now commit to dropping the pallets. This situation perfectly encapsulates a famous quote from Grasshopper. "I have witnessed incredibly skilled DBD survivors, yet their universal weakness was always their inherent fear of committing to the pallet drop." The most critical tactic is maintaining a distance from the Wraith, where you can clearly hear his decloaking bell sound. In tight loops or around corners, the moment that bell sound stops, immediately retreat toward a safe pallet. Forcing him to uncloak wastes his time and significantly increases your necessary head start.